Hi everyone, welcome to my home. Now, what was I doing today? During my half an hour's exercise today, we've got some forest over near where we live. So I found some really nice wild garlic, and I picked some stinging nettles. So we have beautiful wild garlic, full of iron, full of nutrients, and then we've got stinging nettles. They are incredible. They're full of vitamin A, vitamin C, 5% protein, and full of iron. Both of these are full of iron. So what we're going to do today, we're going to do a nice soup. Some nice leeks, potatoes and onions, and then we're going to finish with the wild garlic and the stinging nettles. So, get a nice, good pan on the go. Good strong pan. Now, I'm going to go in with 100 grams of butter. Okay, listen to that sizzle. And I've got 2 onions sliced. Don't have to worry about how you slice them. Don't have to be too thin. In go the onions with the butter. And then I've got 1 leek. When you wash a leek, always cut it down the centre and then run it under cold water. You don't want any of that dirt that gets caught between the leek. Okay, so I'm just going to slice that now. A little bit of the green, a little bit of the white in. Don't have to be too particular. In it goes. Okay. Right. In again. You can hear it sizzling away. Give it a stir. Now, when you make a soup, the quicker you make it, the better the flavour. You don't want it to be sitting there for hours stewing away. Okay, so you want this to sweat down nice and quick. So we pop the lid on for a minute or two. In the meantime, so also today we went out and picked some bay leaf. I love bay leaf. You can do all sorts of things with bay leaf. I mean, in Italy they use it all the time. Can get too overpowering, so I'm putting 3 bay leaves in. Also, from the garden, some nice thyme, just common thyme. If you haven't got thyme or bay leaf, don't worry too much. Right, also, I've got in here 4 small potatoes, which I've sliced as thin as I could, you know. Okay, so just going to sweat this down for a couple of minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to season the leeks and onions. And lots of black pepper, which I love. Now here I've got some stock. It's important to have the stock hot when you add it. Okay, so I've got some chicken stock here, which has just come up to the boil. Again, you can use vegetable stock, that's fine. Any stock you want. If you're a vegetarian, this soup is perfect. Just use veg stock. Sizzling away, it's all sweating down. While that's sweating, I'm going to grab some garlic. This much. Now, this wild garlic grows just on the back of hedgerows usually, and you can just go out and pick all the nice leaves. If you go lower, you get the smaller the leaves, the nicer they are. Just look at the leaf. It's got the vein down the back, and it's got little lines that run parallel with the vein. Okay. Now, when you smell it, I mean, you can almost smell it as soon as you see it. It's incredible vegetable or herb. All right, so I'm now going to go in with the potatoes. We've sweated that down. Everything's gone nice and soft, starting to soften, but no colour. Yeah, you don't want colour. In go the potatoes. 4 sort of small to medium-sized potatoes. In they go. Again, lid straight back on. So we're going to now let that simmer with the lid on for about 4 minutes. Right, so we've sweated this down now for 4 minutes. It's sort of softened up now. But you know, without colour, it's giving off a really nice smell now. You can see it's all sweat, the leeks, the onions are nice and soft. Next thing to do is go in with the boiling stock. Now, I've got 1.5 litres of stock here. In it goes. Now, it's important, so it's already boiling. Now, if you put cold stock on there, it would have to stew all the vegetables. So, essentially, you're not getting this nice, fresh, clean flavour. So now look, the boiling stock, it's already boiling away. Now the next thing to do here is pop in the wild garlic. So I'm just going to roughly chop this, stalks as well. That'll all go in and soften. Okay. And I also have the stinging nettles. Now obviously we can't touch these, I picked these carefully with gloves today. So I use the tongs. Now once they go into the pot and cook, they lose all their sting. These are actually seen as a sort of a medicine as well, stinging nettles, for arthritis. In the old days they used to rub it on joints when your joints had arthritis as well. So look, slight chop and in it goes. Use the tongs, just be careful. They've been washed them really well. We've washed these nettles. So we've got a lovely nettle and wild garlic soup, all from the forest on our day's walk out. Very simple ingredients here. Nothing difficult to find, apart from obviously the forage vegetables. But otherwise, you can just make the leek and potato and onion soup. Right, so we're going to cook that now rapidly. I'm going to cook that until the potatoes are soft. They're going to take about, they won't take long, they'll take about 4 or 5 minutes. So we'll come back in about 4 or 5 minutes. Right, so the soup has been boiling rapidly now. You can see the potatoes have started to break down, okay, and all the wild garlic and the stinging nettles have broke down and gone soft. So the next step is just to add a dash of cream. A little spot. That's going to boil away now for another couple of minutes. So, in terms of wild garlic, there's lots of other things you can do. I mean, you can just serve them as a vegetable with your roast. I'm having them tomorrow night. I'm going to have some of them in with a potato curry. I'm going to put them in the potato curry, using them as a substitute for garlic as well. Really nice with lamb. You can make a pesto, so instead of using basil, you can use the wild garlic as well. In terms of the stinging nettles, really the best thing to use them for is what we're using them for, and that's soups. I think they make a really nice soup, as I say, and incredibly good for you. Right, so that's now had 2 minutes. I'm going to give a squeeze of lemon, which I always recommend finished dishes with. A little taste of the liquid. Yeah, a little bit more pepper. And a little bit of salt. Now the most important thing now, we're going to take it off, we're going to let it cool down for a couple of minutes, and while we're letting it cool down, we're going to pull out the pieces of bay leaf and any sprigs of thyme like that we can find. We're just going to pull those out, okay? And then I'm going to liquidize this. Now you can either do this with a hand blender, or you can use, I've got a liquidizer, so I'm going to put it through a liquidizer. I'll come back to you once I've liquidized the soup and show you the finished soup. Right, so I've blended the soup now in the liquidizer, and you can see it's taken all the colour of the wild garlic. That's the sort of thickness you're looking for. So you've got two options. That's the blended soup, and that's the soup left as it was. So you can have it either chunky. We've removed all of the thyme and the bay leaf. You can have it chunky. I personally prefer it like this, and then you can go into your little fancy bowl. At the top. I love the colour, it's stunning, isn't it? So we go to the top of the bowl. Then, to finish, I thought I'd just have some freshly cut wild garlic on top, just finely shredded. just to give it that extra little bounce. Just called it a little julienne of wild garlic. So that can go like that. Tiny little spoon of cream, and then your little julienne on top. I always finish with a little crack of black pepper. Just okay. Right, that's it. I'm gonna go in for a taste now. Wow. Okay, I'm really pleased with that. Please try that. Think about the way I cook the soup quickly to try and keep a nice fresh flavour. I'm going to sign out now. Please keep safe and look after yourselves. Thank you.